morning, everybody. It's Tom Christie back in the studio after a long road trip to the World Carving Championships in Ocean City, Maryland. I put some videos together. If you haven't seen those, day 1, 2, and 3, just some highlights from the show for those of you that couldn't attend the show. By the way, a little commercial. If you haven't hit the subscribe button and you're valuing the content of my YouTube channel, please hit subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, but it helps me out. And that way you'll get notification of any new content that I put up. The show was great. It was great to reconnect with old friends. I met a lot of new people, and we had a great time. Good competition. I was able to win second best in world with my rig. And I wanted to make a little video. I actually made this video before the carving championships to show what I do to test float the rig. And I think that's an important aspect of competition, is get your decoys out in natural conditions. I got a nice 27-mile-an-hour windy day in Nebraska, was able to get out on a local lake. And I just have a little video from that outing to show you, just to kind of give you a flavor for what I do and what I'm looking for in preparation for the World Carving Championships, in terms of how do the decoys project? Are the colors right? How do they handle the waves and chop? So we'll go through that. Just a caveat, it was a super windy day. The audio is not that great. I was doing the filming myself. Not ideal. I didn't have a microphone. But I'll try to do some voiceover so that you can understand what I'm doing while you hear the wind whipping around as I'm test floating the decoys. I'm looking forward to getting back in the carving shop. I haven't decided which project I'll work on next, but stay tuned, and we should have some more carving related videos coming up. So let's get to the test float. It was a bright sunny day. I like to do the test float around 10 o'clock in the morning because that's the time in Ocean City that the judging is held. So you don't get the early morning or late evening nice golden glow look on the decoys, but it's more realistic in terms of the conditions they'll be judged under. Here's the King Eider Drake, and you can hear the wind whipping in the background. I slowed this video down so that we could kind of see the motion. And it's handling these, we've got some waves coming up. You can see it's kind of plowing up and over the waves. And I was really happy with the way it was handling the heavy chop. Here's the Hind spectacled eider, and I was really curious how this decoy was going to float, because in this preening head position, the head is pretty high, but it is tucked into the center of the body, and I think that really helped. And I was pretty pleased with how stable the decoy was and how quickly it recovers in a roll. It's pretty choppy, so there's a lot of motion in the decoy, but you can see it settles pretty quickly, and that's what I was looking for. Here's the spectacled eider drake. This is the first spectacled eider pair I'd carved, and I really enjoyed getting to know these birds better in the process of carving and painting. Again, I was really happy with the way this decoy was handling the chop, and very pleased overall with the trio. This kind of chop is going to move decoys around, but what I was looking for was a quick recovery so they don't continue to bob and roll and weave. All right, a successful float on a pretty tough day in Nebraska. A lot of good chop, which is a good test to see how things float. I think I'm going to do a little work on the wood duck. Really happy with the eiders and how they float and how they handle the chop, so I'm good to go. Just one more comment on the test float. I always check color as well, and it's a bright blue sky, sunny day, so bright sun. I don't see any adjustments that I feel like I need to make in color and bright sun. And I got a good look at the shadow side on all these decoys, because that was the shore side from where I was standing. So good to go. Talk to you later. I always try to take a few digital photos, still photos of the birds while they're in the water, and look at those later, because sometimes you'll see things in a photo that you didn't see while they're rocking and rolling out there. And I have gone back and touched up some areas that just didn't look right. This particular rig, I was really pleased with the way the colors projected, and I didn't make any adjustments in the IDA rig after the test float. The King is really bright out there in that bright sunshine, but again, the colors projected really well. I just added a few studio photos here so you can see the decoys in better lighting for your reference. A few close-ups. Took a little risk with this preening position hen, but I saw a picture that just grabbed my attention, and I thought, I'm going to make that hen in a preening position and see what happens. The King, I was just trying to portray a regal king eider drake, looking like he's confident and in charge. And here's just a quick picture at the World Carving Championships. Very proud to have taken that second place finish to Pat Godden, who won Best of Show. Just some fantastic decoys. All right, I know that was really quick. It was a little rough in terms of videography, but I just wanted to convey the concept of the value of a test float, whether it's a rig or a single decoy. There's no substitute for getting out in natural conditions and seeing how your birds project from a distance. Is the color right? How do they handle the chop and waves? And I think it's an important part if you're going to compete. You can see the type of competition you're up against in the World Carving Championship videos that I put together. So you better have your A game on when you go to the World Carving Championships. Well, this is Tom Christie. I hope this has been valuable. I'm going to sign out for now, but good carving to all of you.